Hi there, my name is Gonçalo and I've been living in this little van you see behind me for the past 6 months. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll probably think that, man, this van looks very different from the last time that I saw it. You're goddamn right. So life just caught up to me and I couldn't keep on shooting the series, but as you can tell, I didn't stop working on the van. And as I was working on it, I was having all these ideas, all these expectations that I was setting up for myself, even though that I was trying not to, because at the end of the day, I didn't even know if this van life thing was gonna work. But I would be lying if I wouldn't say that I didn't have these romanticized ideas of, okay, it's gonna be a lot of fireplaces, a lot of bonfires, we're gonna meet loads of cool people, do some road trips, you know, stereotypical van life stuff. I guess things were a little different. This is my first night actually like wild camping with the van. And it's such a weird thing because I've moved into my van. Well, that's not focusing right now. 2 days since I've been living on this thing. I've spent one night on it. This is gonna be my second one. I think this is gonna be an interesting stage of my life. So these first nights were pretty rough. As you can tell, the van wasn't nearly finished. It was literally just a bed in the back of a van. So I was converting it as I was living in it, and that was a whole experience in of itself. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to keep my energy levels high, like, man, this is gonna be incredible, I just need to get used to it. But I don't know, like after a while I was starting to seriously doubt my decision to actually move into this van. So I came to a point where I thought that I had to make a decision. I was either gonna quit van life and just say, like, man, I did it, wasn't for me, I just didn't like it, I don't know. Or I was gonna look at all the things that were making me uncomfortable and try to do something about it. I'm pretty stubborn, so obviously I went with option number 2. So I continued building this thing and I made some serious improvements. I was tired of doing dishes by the side of the road at gas stations, so I thought, I'm gonna put in a sink. I was tired of sleeping in a huge bed that took away all the space that I had, so I thought, I'm gonna cut the bed. I just did all the things that I thought would kind of improve my quality of life level inside the van. And as cliche as it sounds, the more that I did it and the more that I kept on living in the van, the more my previous expectations became a reality. All of a sudden, I was meeting people. I was having little bonfires. I was going out with random strangers that just came up to me and asked me about my van. I was meeting all these people with all these cool vans, all these incredible stories to tell, and I would be lying if I would say that I didn't start to fall in love with it again. So this journey, along with some other like personal life stuff that got in the way, has really been some sort of vehicle for self-discovery. I know that sounds really cringy, but what I mean is that I spent a lot of time meeting a lot of people that I didn't spend a lot of time with. And one could say that that's kind of sad, and I guess it is. But at the same time, it kind of gives you a different perspective on how quickly things can fade away. Life kind of sped up, and I liked it. But I would be lying if I wouldn't say that there were some pretty big downsides as well. It's kind of a weird thing to record, but I feel pretty shit. And if you want to learn a little bit more about these sort of downsides that I went to, make sure to check out my next video, in which I basically speak about the reasons why I think the van life might not be for you, and yeah, and the sort of difficulties that I ran into living in my little